All right, so we're back. It's the next day, and overnight it looks as if 47 people, or I guess minus 2, followed us back. So 45 new followers today. And since the limits for following via Tweepy reset at midnight, we can continue on, and I'll show you how to unfollow and follow the people that you're not yet following back. But before we do that, I want to go into the settings. And we received a ton of emails for each new follower. We don't need all those emails. We don't need all the app notifications. So you probably want to do this as well, unless you want to see every new follower, but you're going to get a ton of notifications, so be warned. So let's go to email notifications. And I'll leave up when someone likes my tweet. I mention a tweet, retweets. All right, but if I'm followed by something new, I don't want to see it. I don't want notifications for direct messages. I don't think so. Address book. No, I don't really need to know that either. All right, so I'll leave up the notifications for when people are interacting with my tweets, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off the ones for basically everything else. So I'm going to save changes. Let's go over to notifications. And before you can see things, if I remember correctly, since the last time I created a new account, you need to actually activate that feature. So yes, so hit learn more and scroll to the bottom of the page and click join now for notifications. Mentions, still not there. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I need to refresh or log out and log back in. Well, anyway, we'll take care of that later. And let's get back into Tweepy. So I'm going to go ahead and log in via Twitter. All right, so as you can see, now we are following 210 people. We did all the following yesterday. And there are 10 people that followed us and we're not yet following back. So the first thing we're going to do is follow back the people that we're not following, or follow back people that followed us first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is just kind of to do on to others. So if you want followers, you need to follow people. So that's how the whole system goes. So make sure you give back to the community, or else people won't take it upon themselves to follow you. So we'll go back to the dashboard. All right, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do some unfollowing. So as you can see, it says you're unable to follow, use the tools unless you have silver membership, but you can get around this with the free membership. So we'll go to users you follow on Twitter, and then we'll go ahead and click criteria, and this is setting up a filter, and we'll set up, where is it, friend or follower, and we'll go not following you. So this will bring up people that are not following us back. Now typically, like I said before, I like to wait 5 days to a week to do this, but I'm just going to show you guys how to do it now so that you can unfollow whenever you please. You know, you can unfollow anyone you want, and you can give them as much time as you would like. So we're just going to go ahead and unfollow, and it actually might stop me from unfollowing. Yeah, it's going to stop me from unfollowing. This is how you do it, but when you're using the systems like Tweepy, they typically make you wait before unfollowing. So let's see what the unfollowing wait duration is. Unfollowing. So you need to wait at least 3 days. And these are suspension prevention features. So Tweepy, obviously, to create a nice tool like this, a nice follower management system, they need access to Twitter's API. They need to be able to plug in to their system. And all platforms have rules. And if the third-party platforms don't follow the rules, well, they lose access to the API, and then they can't have this kind of a service. So these are basically rules. These are suspension prevention features that Tweepy and Twitter agreed upon so that Tweepy could basically create this nice app for us. So we can't unfollow today, but what we can do is we can continue to follow. And I'll show you some filters you can set up to find someone that is most likely to follow you. So we're going to go back to the page that we were following from yesterday, but this time I'm going to set up some filters. So let me explain the follow ratio to you guys. So the follow ratio is basically how many followers, how many of their followers, what percentage they're following back. So this 56% follow ratio means that if, say, they have 100 followers, they're following back 56 of them. All right, so one way to find people that are most likely to follow back is to find these profiles that are closest to 100%, because that means that they are following almost all of their followers. And if the percentage is greater than 100%, that means they follow more people than are following them, so that's excellent. So obviously, if this percentage is off the charts, if this percentage, the closer it is to 0 means they're not following anyone back, whereas if the percentage off the charts 5,000%, it means they follow way more people than are following them. So the perfect number is 100%. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our first filter, and we're going to do 2 filters for follow ratio. We are going to do, where is it? Follow ratio, here we go. So we're going to do a follow ratio of greater than, let's try 75%. And then we're going to do another one of less than, say, I don't know, 125%. See how many accounts are displayed to us. So it was less than 125%. All right, so out of the 40 users on this page, we have 14 filtered to us. So that's awesome. So this is generally the ratio I will use to find the people that are most likely to follow back on any given page. Now, the reason why I just was following people without setting up ratios yesterday, or setting up filters yesterday, is because I just want to give you guys kind of a quick start so you could just get right to it. But now I'll slowly show you little tips to use within Tweetbee to find people that will follow you back, and then tomorrow we'll get into finding a page for SEO targeted followers. So one more filter I'm going to add. Well, I'm going to add 2 more filters. So these filters are to make sure we're finding not only users that will follow us back, but users that are active on Twitter. So let's get started with the activity. So I want to find Twitter users that tweet, that actually use Twitter. So where is last tweeted? Last tweeted, here we go. And we're going to do last tweeted is newer than, say, 7 days ago. So that means they tweet at least once a week. Now you might want to find users that tweet every day. It's all up to you. But with this, we want to find people that are actually using Twitter, because we want people to actually interact with our content. We want people to give us retweets, likes, and if they're not using Twitter, if they're not tweeting, probably means that they're just doing this for some kind of spam purpose. They're not going to be real users. They're trying to sell the accounts to other people. So we don't want those people to follow us. We want to find people that are actually active on Twitter. And then we're going to add one more criteria. We're going to do profile picture and then users with avatars. So basically this will filter out anyone with the egg on their profile, somebody who has yet to upload a picture. And this will further help us to find active Twitter users. So I'm going to add that as a criteria. And it only filtered out one more person. So out of the original 40, we got 14 with the follow ratio, and then we got 13 once we put a last tweeted and profile image. So from here, we're going to start following again. So I'm just going to start following. And we're going to follow until we hit our limit. So we're getting back to some of the users we followed yesterday. Now, this is, so hiding previously followed / unfollowed, that is typically a pro. You need to pay for Tweetbee. Let's see, can we friend or follower? Let's try neither. Okay, there we go. So we can even filter those out. So another nice thing of having the paid version of Tweetbee, you can save these filters, so you wouldn't have to set these filters up every time you use it, but it's not that difficult to just set up a few filters each day. And we're just going to keep clicking over until we get back to the page, because remember, this is in chronological order. We need to get back to where we left off yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to follow. and we're just going to follow until we hit our 250 limit. All right, so I got to page 18 and I received this message: Twitter has locked your account. Now don't worry, do not worry about this. This isn't the end of the world. This is bound to happen to you, and this is just a spam prevention feature that Twitter uses. So all we'll have to do is verify by our phone number. So if, as you can remember, previous video, we set up phone verification already on Twitter. So once I hit start, I should get a code immediately. Yes. I got the code. Hit submit. And our account's been unlocked. So that's all there is to that. Let's go back to Tweepy. We hit refresh. Alright, so it's doing something weird. Let me just log in via Twitter. Oh, I see. So I need to re-sign in. So let me do that real quick. All right, so we're back in the system. So let's get back to it. So follow followers. Typo. All right, so as you can see, so if we had our save filters, it would be nice. We wouldn't have to do these again. But let's do a short review. So I am going to go to follow ratio greater than 75% and less than 125%. And once again, this is just to ensure we find people that will be the most likely to follow us back. And then we're going to add another last tweeted. We want people that have tweeted within the past week. And then for profile image, we want people that have uploaded images. And then for friend or follower, we are going to go neither. All right, and if you remember, we left off at page 18, so let's go to page 19, and we'll continue from there. So that is actually needs to go to a less than. Go back to page 18. All right, and we're back at it. So from time to time, you will have to verify your account through Twitter. Now, if you just created your account, you're getting started with a brand new account, you'll almost certainly need to do it like sometime within the first few days you get started following people. And I'm actually surprised we didn't get that yesterday. So, but we should be good now. Twitter shouldn't bother us now for at least a few weeks, a few months, hopefully. But who knows? It doesn't matter though, as long as we're in compliance with Tweepy, as long as we're following the rules on Twitter, we're not harassing people, we're not spamming, we'll be fine. All right, everyone. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I just wanted to show you some filters that you can use to find the people that are most likely to follow you back, and then some filters to make sure you're following people that are actually active Twitter users and that are more likely to interact with your content.